Here we are again, ready to talk to another fantastic presenter about the future of the Health Professional Symposium. Today, I have the pleasure and the honour of being able to talk with Tacha Kasper, and I am really looking forward to introducing her to you. For those of you who don't know her, she has been a pocket rocket in my world ever since I got to know her. She is smart. She is a thinker. She is the sort of person you want to have in your cheer squad. She's also spent quite a lot of time working out how to make her lived experience relevant for the clients and the people that she works with. And from that, she has developed an incredible wealth of knowledge, of expertise. She has developed skills that we didn't even know existed. And she is going to start sharing this with the world. But today, I wanted to spend a little bit more time getting to know who Tacha is. So if you are on this call live, please let me know that you are here. Please let me know that you can see us. And I am really looking forward to bringing Tacha on board with us right now. So let me just send her a request so that she knows to join us. There she is. And hopefully in a moment we'll start getting the messages that say adding, 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 and we'll be able to go from there. So I am speaking to you from the west of Sydney today. It is a glorious spring day where I am. It is just so delightful. I love this time of year. And today we have a little visitor with us. Her name is Emmy. She's a little oodle from our next door neighbour. So she and Smudge are chasing each other around the backyard, and she is making herself known, which is basically, Joe, I can hear you, but I want to be able to see you and I want you to give me attention. So Emmy, I'm really sorry, but we've got people that we need to be talking to. Good morning, or hello, Sabrina, from the other side of the planet. That is outstanding. Here is Tacha. We are going to bring her on this video right now. Come on. My thumbprint doesn't want to work today. That's unhelpful. It should be going adding, adding, adding. Here we go. Adding. Thank you, Facebook, for letting us be able to make these things work.
Oh my
Tash,
gosh. It's working.
yes, we've done it. We are here. This is wonderful.
Wow. Yeah.
What?
Okay.
Good morning from me. Good afternoon to you.
Exactly. Completely opposite sides of the world. I'm so excited, and I see Sabrina's here. So yay! This is my first live
there's actually
Facebook
4
live.
people on here right now. Oh, Debbie's here. So once people find us, they'll be ready to have a chat to us. But don't focus too much on that, because this is all about you here this morning. So, but I'm curious to know where you got your lipstick from, because neither of us spoke about that memo this morning, but we both worked out that pink is the color of the day.
Yes. It's pretty much right. My go-to nude lip gloss.
Very cool. So Tacha, let me get started. Where are you talking to us from? Where are you physically located in the world?
I am in lovely Huntington Beach, California. So if you can think about where Disneyland is in Southern California, we're right on the coast. So I'm about less than a mile from the beach. So
wow.
It's quite hot here today.
Okay, so it's quite hot. I've just been commenting about how lovely it is for springtime here for me today, which basically means next week I can complain about hay fever, but that's okay. That's next week's problem. So I understand that you are a therapist. Can you tell us a little bit about your credentials and how long you've been a therapist?
So this is a second career for me, and I became a therapist very specifically to help people with chronic illnesses. So my first career was in corporate America, and I got diagnosed with an autoimmune and then promptly managed myself straight into the ground. Took about 5 or 6 years, and then I had to stop working. And so in that time, I was like trying to find mental health professionals who truly understood the loss, the trauma, my identity, my income, everything that I was going through, plus the pain. And I couldn't find anybody. And so after a couple of years of surgeries and things and a lot of prayer, it was put on my heart to like go do this and become somebody who can help from like a first person perspective. Little did I know what that journey would
oh, Tasha, so this story, you were in corporate America, you were probably enjoying a career, would that be, yeah? And then you got diagnosed with an autoimmune, so I can begin to imagine that here you are, this almost type A personality, fully functioning, feeling good about being a career-loving mom, and then whammo. And you went, okay, if I can't find the solution to what I need, I'm going to become the solution for other people. What an incredible story.
Well, and the thing was, is in corporate America, especially as a woman, at least here in the US, I had to hide my illness, right? So I was managing it, but you don't go around. So I wasn't living authentically to who I was. And so that was a big piece that now I like to say that now my greatest weakness, the thing that took me down, is my greatest strength. I'm an open book, everybody knows about it, and people come to me because of that instead of having to hide it. Wow. So that's been a big flip in my life.
Wow, how incredible. And what I find fascinating, we've gone here very deep this morning, so hang on to your hats, everybody. As health professionals, we're often taught, admonished that we don't talk about ourselves. We get a very stoic face, and I like to call it, the blank face of nothingness, where we don't share about ourselves. But what I have noticed over the last 5 or 6 years is that people who are experiencing challenges, people who, especially around their health, especially when their mortality is threatened, they want to learn from others who have been through it. Like, that's become really important. So I'm curious to know, Tasha, and you don't know that this question's coming, how have you made sense of those rules that say you can't talk about yourself, yet you know that these people want to actually hear about your lived experience?
A couple things. One is share my scars, not wounds. Right. So I've done my own work around things. And I have to feel that I'm in a good place about that before I can share about that. And that has come in stages over the past 9 years, to be able to freely do that. And then it's always in service of the person, right? Yes. It can't be like, oh, this happened to me. I mean, last week I was in the ER. Woohoo! Like, I can't start opening sessions and being like, hey, last week I was in the ER, blah, 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 but what I can't, it happened earlier today. Oh, I'm struggling, some client really struggling. And it was like, okay, well, in those moments of struggle, like, here's what we can do. Here are the skills that I know firsthand work. Everything else I forgot. And there's these 2 things that I remembered in that moment of struggle. And so that's how I will relate it, like just kind of anecdotal, that type of way.
Well done. See, this is how you can tell a quality person in your world who can handle a question like that without any preparation. I can assure you, she did not know that question was coming. And that is a question that so many health professionals struggle with day in and day out. How much can I share? When can I share? The big people who are going to slap me with the big stick going to hear what I'm going to say in a session, and am I going to lose my license? So, Tasha, already you have been incredibly powerful in helping us as health professionals understand that our stories matter, but they've got to be in service. It's got to be about the other client. And that's a skill that you need to learn. Like, that's not just something you wake up one day and go, here's the textbook on how you self-disclose.
No. And it's not taught in school, right? And it's not, so we're not taught how to do it properly. And then, we got to learn it.
Yeah. So this is one of the wonderful things about this symposium, and thank you so much for saying yes, is I'm bringing together people who have been around for a while. That's not their first rodeo. They're not just newly graduated. They haven't just built a group once. They've actually done some stuff, so that they have been forced to do the thinking and the hard work on themselves to work out what they know and why they know what they know. So let me flip this conversation a little bit. I want to get to know you a little bit better. So what was your very first paying job? What did you get paid to do?
I was a bus girl at a Marie Callender's, which is, it's a chain restaurant, and they had these awful bright orange polyester top with a skirt that was brown and orange, and so that all sorts of food could get on it and mix in. And so bussing tables. And at the same time, I worked a second job that night, which was at a video rental store. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
How old I am.
The young people are going, oh, what now? Googling video rental store.
Yes, I have now. The ancient dinosaur has entered the room.
So can you think of anything in either of those jobs that prepared you for where you are today?
Oh, that's a good question. Without being crass, cleaning up.
We might just leave that one there. Okay, another fun question. What was the first ever concert that you went to, or live gig that you went to?
I saw Prince.
Whoa!
Yeah, it was, and he then ruined every concert thereafter.
That would have been outstanding.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just having a little moment in my head now. Wow, you got to see Prince live. That's pretty cool. Okay, yeah. I never got to do that. All right, another question that's incredibly dear to my heart. If you were to go to a cafe, what coffee would you order?
In my past life, I would have ordered a cappuccino. However, courtesy of my bladder disease, I can no longer have caffeine or coffee. So I'm going on 17 years of coffee free.
I feel like I need to cheer that, but there's a part of me that's dying inside.
No, it's awful. I miss it. I was such a caffeine, I was right. My couple of coffees in the morning, and then a cappuccino in the afternoon, and all that. So now I'll have like a cup of tea once in at a conference or something and it's amazing how little caffeine it takes to when you're not when you don't take it on a daily basis. But I miss my coffee, and I miss salsa. To the point that I will smell them.
There's a whole heap of anticipatory grief turning up for me. It's a good thing I've got Jill and Debbie coming to talk to us over the next couple of days. Okay, coming back to some therapist questions, if I may. Yes. When you started your career, what types of things used to intimidate you? Your career as a therapist, what types of things would intimidate you?
Oh God, everything. But right, can I be present and then think at the same time, right? Or do I have to have a cheat sheet? Am I going to remember the right things? So that was really intimidating in the beginning. You're right, we're learning CBT and it must be bink. And I was because I have brain fog. So I was I don't think I'm going to remember the right thing in the right order. And that's actually come to my benefit. So. Yeah.
No, I don't think you're alone with that one. I can remember I had cheat sheets or questionnaires for every session. And now this day and age, if I turn up with a piece of paper, because, I've got the processes down, I don't need the structured questions. I just know where we need to get people to by the end of the session. I think the writing down for me now is more, I'm going to forget if I don't write this down. But and I think you might agree with this. Since I've been able to just go with the flow of the session and create the flow of the session, it actually makes things work better. Clients seem to be, they don't sit there waiting for the next question. Like, what's the next question she's going to ask me? Yeah. And I think when we're worried about getting something wrong, we project that. So they're worried about saying the wrong thing back to us. Yeah. Oh yeah, I got that right.
Yeah. Like it's not, I'm just so much more relaxed now. And you're right. You just show up and it's like, okay, whatever's coming my way is coming my way. And I know that there's enough whateverness that I can handle it. And if I can't, I can be honest about it and go, you know what? I don't know the answer to that, or let's circle back around to that. And any of these types of things, right? Like I don't have to know the entire DSM by heart.
Wow. Boo! There we go. Anybody who's emerging, anybody who's feeling intimidated, two things here. Number one, you don't need to know it all. You can always go find out. Number two, with practice, you'll actually work out how to do this in a way that works for you. So Tasha, here we are in the year 2022. What intimidates you about your work today?
I think it still comes down as I'm putting myself in more of my like intellectual property in how I process things, putting myself out there in a vulnerable way, and hoping it makes sense to other people, and right, and tying it to my worth, and trying to untie that. So that's kind of what intimidates me now. Like, can I show up and be fully me, the weird kind of neuroscience nerd that, makes things up and, kind of draws things out and explains, things in metaphors and all that kind of stuff, and be okay with myself doing that. So I think I intimidate myself.
Wow, that's a okay. I'm gonna leave that there. There we have it. Tasha processing herself live. Really good. Okay, so you are going to be speaking in our symposium about something that's incredibly dear to my heart. I've been working with a population of chronically injured or disabled or people with health challenges now for my entire career. So I want to know from you, what makes this topic something that we must know about, or this population something we must become better at addressing? Why is this so important?
Well, so I think Australia is better about this than it is in the US and other parts of the world, right? But half of the population, minimum half of the population, has some sort of chronic health condition. That's a lot. And so what I realized is in all of my 3 years of my MA, my master's program, plus the additional 3,000 hours that I had to get my license, there was not a single training or a single mention regarding chronic health issues.
Whoa, hang on. Because my degree was all about that. So you're telling me in all of that master's program, plus all of that gazillion hours, and it's half the population. It's not like just for the people who want a niche, it's half the general population.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And we know through ACEs directly connected to trauma, right? So they might go, oh, people will, get, they'll give you the statistics, but they won't teach you how to treat this. And unless you're like a health psychologist, right, where you're specific, right, or like occupational therapy and things like that. But as far as an LMFT and other similar licenses in the US, no, there is no training. There's not a lot of discussion. There's some anecdotal, oh, well, if it comes up across, use CBT, that fixes everything. And it's just not.
I'm sorry. Yeah, 6 sessions of CBT fixes everything.
Yes.
Alyssa, who's on this call with us, she's just recently graduated, and she's saying that the education hasn't changed. And I think that's why I'm so passionate about bringing all of us together and having this symposium, is because academics are not teaching, they're not keeping up with what the needs of the community are. And if academia is not, and I'm not a good fit for academics, you don't want to put me in a university environment, I'm not a good fit for that. But if academics are not producing the type of education we need in new graduates, then who else is going to be teaching and training these people? And if we're not keeping up to date with things like half of the clients coming into your room need to become proficient in talking through and dealing with the impact of chronic health, then we're not serving the people. And isn't that what we're here for?
Right. Well, and then we're missing it. So the flip side of it is the clients, the people don't know.
Yeah.
It's a don't ask, don't tell. They don't know that they can talk to their therapist about, well, here's my anxiety showing up. And by the way, I also have, irritable bowel and all these other things. It just gets left aside. They talk to their doctor about it. So there's this huge, huge gap and disconnect between mind body, because, and then the medical providers are not asking, hey, how's your mental health? You and I are both cancer survivors, right? I as a bonus, I got cancer on my last week of my last course in my MA thing, right? God wanted to make sure you got everything to handle this specialty. And nobody along the way asked me about anxiety, medical trauma, depression, any of that. And then most providers, from what I know, if somebody talks about chronic illness or chronic pain, and they're two different things, it's like, oh, I don't know how to do that. So they refer out. So you're missing half your caseload at minimum. Yeah. And now with COVID and long COVID, and at least the US administration in here, I'm going to be talking about this in more detail, but the numbers are staggering.
Wow.
And they're not going down.
Yeah. We just can't ignore this, can we? And I know, Tasha, from somebody who refers to mental health providers as a part of my work as a rehabilitation counsellor, over the years, finding a mental health service provider who is proficient in helping people manage the impact of forced change through illness or disability, it's been hard. It's why we have to develop our own network, so that it's not everywhere. So, Tasha, you've given us some great insight into how you're going to be sharing with us in the symposium. So essentially, people will come to your presentation and learn some of the basic things they need to be doing to address half of the population of people coming through their doors.
Absolutely. Right.
Yeah. I just wanted, I know it's going to be much bigger, but then you're not going to be able to, in your 45-minute session, you're not going to be able to teach them everything, but at least, at the minimum, people are going to have some confidence, walk away with some confidence about how to ask the question, what to do with the response. Yeah? Absolutely.
Absolutely. It's right. The awareness, what do I need to be aware of? What do I need to let my people know? How do I assess? Going to be right. There's some freebies that you've got involved in that, which, just start. We just got to start someplace. And so I'm so excited about this and being able to speak to this, and that you're doing this because it is so needed, so very, very needed. And people are, at least in the US, I don't know about for Australia, but people are other industries, right? So for instance, in the US, physical therapists, right? DPTs, they're getting trained in psychology and ACT and CBT because of this huge gap. And so they're talking to their clients about mental health, or, at least beginning to, and here we are, the mental health providers, and we're not doing it. So we also have to be mindful of like, ooh, are we going to lose ground as professionals long-term? Future proofing, right? Because other industries are coming in and doing better at it than we are.
Oh, Tasha, that's incredible insight. So before the symposium, if people wanted to reach out and connect with you, what's the best way for them to do that? How do they get in touch with you?
On this Facebook, message me. All my social media is my name, Tacha Kasper, on Instagram and all that. And I have 2 websites, which we can post later.
Yep, we will post it later, because right now we're just focused on this, and it can all happen later, because you taught us that we can circle back and we can learn later. So the future of the Health Professional Symposium is starting on the 19th or the 18th, depending where you live in the world, of September. You can sign up on the wait list, which will be in the comments below once I go there and post it for you. And I am looking forward to bringing the rest of the speakers to you over the next week or so. And tomorrow we have the fantastic Jill Johnson-Young. You're not going to want to miss that. She may be the person doing some tap dancing for us. Go have a fantastic afternoon, Tasha. Thank you so much for coming on live with me today.
Thank you. Thank you so much.